I've been a nurse for a number of years. After being a nurse at Greenville Memorial, I had an opportunity to return to school and went around and talked to some other individuals about where I wanted to do a graduate degree, and made the decision that a nurse practitioner was exactly where I needed to be. And so I had the opportunity to go back to school, actually with the help of Greenville Hospital System. Worked here about 10 years prior to going back to school. Nurse practitioner, I enjoy the contact with patients. When you look at a doctor, I had many more years of school, and cost was also a factor, and the fact that I was in my early 40s when I made a decision to go back. The other reason is a nurse anesthetist basically takes care of people when they're asleep, and that's their job. For me, I like the one-on-one contact, and also to be able to sit and listen to people and help them and help figure out what's wrong with them and where we need to go from here. From a patient's point of view is to be able to take care of the patient, meet their needs in a timely fashion, answer their questions, educate them, and provide them with what you may want to call a closure to why the reason that they're here. Whether that closure is to make a decision on their diagnosis and then move on, but to provide them the quality care. From an institution, it is to take care of the patient with kindness, with a timely decision, and to keep them informed and finish the product and then get them on their way. Because an illness is something that none of us have time for. When someone gets sick, they say, this is not the best time of the year or time of the day. I've got too many bills to pay, too many places to be, I've got sick children. So you want timely, efficient health care, and you want to also make sure that the patient is happy. Everyone deserves good medical care. Everyone. It doesn't matter whether you're sleeping under the bridge or you've come out of your $500,000 house. Everyone deserves to be treated equally. In an emergency room, you do get a cross-section of individuals. A lot of what we see today are individuals that have no doctor. They do not have a doctor that takes care of them. When you ask them, do you have a doctor? Well, you're my doctor. You take care of me. I don't have one. Well, if we send you to someone, once we leave here, ma'am, I'm sorry, I can't go. I don't have the means to pay. Or I had a doctor at one time, and I'm unable to pay the previous bill. And so he will not, or she will not see me until I catch the bill up. And so when you have that cross-section, you walk into a room, you have to walk in knowing that you're going to look at different cultures, because we do have quite a influx of international people here, and so you have to look at their cultures. You also look at a little bit about their demographics. Are they employed? Are they able to afford their medicines? But one thing that you don't want to do is you do not want to talk with them too much about a lot of their background. You want to know why they're here, what's wrong with them, what led them to bring them here, and they will explain that, and then you get a better feel about why they're here. Also, one of the things that we do ask when we're finishing up with a patient and we need to write medicines, we do ask, how do you pay for your medicines? We don't ever ask. We make sure that we don't ask, do you have insurance or do you have Medicaid? We ask, what is your means to pay for your medicine? Do you have a means to go to a physician if we refer you to one? And if they say we have no insurance, then we make sure that we try to write the cheapest medicine that will take care of the problem. The working poor is getting bigger and bigger. The demographics are not only on the lower class, but it's also your middle class America now because of the economic situation, the layoffs, the high gas prices, food going up, so the dollar is shrinking. And we have a lot of individuals who may be working for a big corporation and they're provided insurance, but they can't afford to pay for the insurance for their family, so there's no family coverage. And in turn, you've got one individual that may be covered, but the others, they have no coverage. So we become, a lot of times, their primary care provider. There are free clinics. In Greenville, there's the free clinic that's actually close to the hospital, but they're booked daily. The wait is tremendous, and you have to go through the qualifications. There's also some other clinics, New Horizon, which is a smaller clinic, but you pay on a basis of your monies. Actually, some of the free clinics in the upstate have now closed to new patients because they don't have any more room to be able to house the patients. A tremendous influx of people that are a whole lot sicker and come in and are needing care, and we're having more and more individuals. We have a waiting room full of people just about 24 hours a day in this ER, and some of the satellite ERs. A lot of the people that come in usually have limited, not only limited monies, but sometimes they're limited on their education because of no preventative care. Mammograms, prostate exams, all of those are preventative care. Colonoscopies, that's another area that we could talk about. I've actually seen women come in here that have had breast masses and waited as long as they possibly could. And if they'd have had the mammogram, would the outcome have been different? Absolutely. They don't go to the doctor's office mainly because they either owe a bill, they don't have the money to pay him, or they don't have anyone that will provide the care for them. A lot of physicians now are not taking on new patients, and that's another problem. But if you don't have insurance, they will tell, a lot of offices are now telling you that you have to bring in with X amount of dollars up front, and most individuals don't have that extra money to bring in. Most emergency rooms, you can turn on the TV at night and they talk about lots of overflowing. We are a doctor's office. We're your clinic. We're your area for people who have trauma. We take care of heart attacks. We take care of strokes. But the majority of our people, we take care of problems that could be resolved in a physician's office, but they have no means. There are no means to get them there. Actually, Medicaid is like a breath of fresh air for those who have it and need it. Medicaid assures people that they can receive care. They don't have to worry about large bills, and these may be individuals that are not sitting at home and doing nothing. These are individuals that are out working. They're the working poor that don't make a lot of money, that they're trying to provide, and they do qualify for their children. A lot of people have children on Medicaid, and yet they're not covered. But Medicaid is a way for individuals to get care, maybe while they're in school, to better themselves, or working a job, or working 2 jobs and trying to go part-time to school, to make an effort to better themselves, and this is one way that they can take care of their family with health care. Medicaid is important in my eyes because it provides an essential to living, and that is medical care. I believe that medical care is not a right. It is not a given. It's not a luxury. It is a necessity. And so many people don't have any form or any means of obtaining medical care without running up large bills. And Medicaid provides that. Medicaid helps unborn children, pregnant women. They provide care after the child is born. The child may be healthy, go home, but what happens if the child's in a NICU What happens if the child has a problem that needs extensive medical care? It provides an opportunity for parents to take care of that child or for individuals to get medical care. I would tell a legislator or someone that Medicaid is essential. It is needed for families. It is needed for individuals. It provides health care. It provides a means to take care of someone medically. It is not for those who are sitting around and doing nothing. It's a stereotype. It doesn't need to be a stereotype. It is for individuals who are trying to make things work. It's a way and a means of providing medical care. And it's also a payment. It's a payment to continue our health care. That is so essential because no one is ever turned away from a hospital. They are seen and they're taken care of no matter how they have ways of paying. But at the same time, things cost. Medical care is expensive. There's lots of education, buildings, equipment, and they need to be paid for. So in turn, there's got to be a flow of cash somewhere. I think we will see needless...
And back up and kind of restate that.
Okay. If we did not have Medicaid, if Medicaid was not funded, if it was just yanked away, that was taken away from them, there would be needless deaths. There would be sick people whose parents or who would not come to get treatment, who would wait to the last moment. It would be suffering. It would be a very painful time in healthcare. The luckiest person in the world. I have a good job. I'm doing what I love, and that is I'm taking care of the indigent. I'm taking care of middle class America. I'm taking care of the working poor, and that's my calling. And there are people that we see every week on Wednesday evening that are struggling to buy medicine, struggling to get prescriptions, struggling for someone to sit down and talk with them about their health care needs. And it's something that I enjoy doing. I don't mind giving my time. It's very important to me. It's painful to see people struggle to make a decision whether you buy food or you get medicine or you go get medicine for your children, put gas in your car to go to work. It's painful when we're having to make decisions whether we eat or we buy our medicine. The decision is made if you have children because you won't buy your medicine. You'll pay for them to eat, and you'll do without. Everyone deserves quality health care. Everyone deserves to be treated equally. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, and how you take care of your life. If you come here or you go to any hospital, you deserve to be treated just like the next guy. You need to be cared for. You need to be talked with. You need to discuss the problems. You need to be diagnosed in a timely fashion, medicine given, and discharged. And that's what we do in our ERs. It's very important. Most people that work in an emergency room are very passionate about what they do. They work hard. They try to take care of those that come in off the street because it is a split decision. Decisions are made standing right there. And I just feel that we're here for a reason. We've made that decision to work in an emergency room.